Hey guys, what's up? IrishEmerald here, coach of your Wexford Wailords, and welcome to our week 2 episode of the Saffron Battle Network, or the SBN for short. This week, we're up against the Houston Raichus, coached by Tesla Mouse Gaming. Link to his YouTube channel and his Twitch channel will be in the description down below for you guys to go check out. And he does have a very scary team. He came off week 1 with a win. So we both have the same record going in, but as you guys know, it's a short season, so you know, pretty much we will need to win like I'd say 4 games to guarantee to get in top 2. So you know, can't afford to slip up here. So hopefully we can pick up the W and kind of push on and yeah, with the regular season of this league. But anyways, let's chit chat. His team, as you can see above me now, is incredibly scary, and I'm just going to run down through it very quickly. He's got a Hoopa Unbound as his Z captain, so you can just imagine the scary thoughts there on that one. Roden Wash, Haxorus, Gligar, Cryogonal, Jirachi, Tapu Koko, Mega Pidgeot, Mega Bayonet, and Sceptile. You're probably wondering why he's got 2 Megas. It wasn't against the rules for people to draft 2 Megas if they wanted, but they do. If they do bring, say, if he decides to bring like Mega Pidgeot, he can't bring Mega Bayonet, like obviously. So and he can't bring Bayonet without the Mega Stone. So safe enough there. And the reason why you had to draft 2 is because like Mega Bayonet didn't cost any points. Because if you remember, this was a points-based draft, and he spent all his points on getting the power, getting the Hoopa Unbound, getting the Tapu Koko, getting the Jirachi, and eventually came down. He was basically told you have to draft Mega Bayonet or Mega Sharpedo. They were the 2 ones that cost 0 points for you to actually get a legal draft, so that's what I did. But scary team. Hoopa Unbound is unbelievably scary, just offensively just petrifying. Roden Wash is fantastic as well. Haxorus can be scary once it gets the D-Dance up. Jirachi, we know how precious Jirachi is to the Wexford Wailords, so it's going to be tough having to deal with him. Tapu Koko's got like unbelievable high-end speed, and with the electric terrain up, his hits always hit very hard. So very, very scary team, but I think we should have enough to be able to deal with it. I am a little bit worried about the Roden Wash. I'm not going to lie. I think it's going to be a scary Pokemon to deal with, but I think we might be alright with I think we'd be alright provided we keep 1 or 2 of our Pokemon knocking around. I was going back and forth about what to do with this team for so long. It was a struggle. I'm not gonna lie, it was a struggle to figure out what to do because he's got so many scary threats. But this is what we're rocking out with. We have Doug the Scrafty coming with us this week. You probably look at the top line above and you can see that the team is very similar to last week, but there is notable differences. But Doug is the big addition this week. Eon has been dropped. We're bringing Doug the Scrafty with the Intimidate, so as anti-assault so that we can come in and we immediately check the Hoopa Unbound. So we come in, we intimidate the Hoopa, and we can then proceed to scare it out with either Drain Punch or a knockoff, because his physical defense is absolutely horrendous. Moveset wise, we got Drain Punch, so we can get a bit of HP back the whole time whenever we're in. We got knockoff, so we can actually knock opponent's items off, because that's delightful. Ice Punch for the Gligar and for the Haxorus, because it's also another good check to come in on Haxorus. We can come in, Haxorus D-Dances, we get the Intimidate off. He's at +1 speed, but his attack stat stays the same, and we can just go for the Ice Punch and wear the Haxorus down a little bit and allow our priority, which we also have on this team, to finish him off. And we also have Crunch, so we can get some just sheer damage off on the Jirachi and on the Bayonet if he brings that. So a couple of nice moves. And we also have the Ice Punch for the Sceptile, which is really fast. Didn't realize how fast Sceptile was until I actually took a look at it, and I'm like, that was quite fast, I'm not going to lie. So we're bringing Doug the Scrafty. Pretty good overall, I think. EV wise, I'm just bringing max HP, and with the Intimidate and the Assault Vest, I decided not to put any EVs into that. I decided let's just bring max attack because I want to wreck some things if I can. I'll bring 244 HP because I want the odd number of HP, of course. So the rest of the EVs have been, have been shared out amongst the rest of the stats, as we were going to put the last 4 into speed. But I forgot that we have that. But I have 252. Do I still have 72? I do. So I do need to, there we go, I do need 2, 4, 4, and the rest obviously spread out across the rest of the EVs, because we're playing at level 50, so the EV spread, if you put 8 in, doesn't do anything for you. So that's what we're bringing Doug the Scrafty, and hopefully this will put in the finance to work for us. After that, I decided to bring Fabled our Florist, because I was going back and forth for so long on this team. I had Rose right down from the start to be put on this team, but then I ended up, because Road and Wash was a thing, but I just looked at it, I was like, I wasn't keen on it. I was like, I really wanted rocks, and I didn't have rocks on my team, and then I was looking at Mill Tank, and I didn't think Mill Tank fit in, and you know, I didn't have too many answers for say a physical Jirachi or whatever, like, you know, so it was tough. It was tough to figure out, because I didn't want, because when you see our Rotom Heat set, you could see why I don't want to be bringing Rotom Heat every time, and you know, a couple of other things. But I knew I had to bring Fabled because it's a special defensive wall. What if we could see that Hoopa Unbound is scarfed and it's not locked into Gunk Shot, Florges can kind of come in and eat any hit off it and proceed to Moonblast into Oblivion, which is fantastic. And we eat up the Mega Pidgeot's hits, we eat up the Tapu Koko's hits, we eat up the Cryogona's hits. The only thing we do not deal well with is bar the Poison Jab from the Haxorus, but the only other thing we don't deal well with is Jirachi. So that's the reason why you can see I have a couple of things for Jirachi, with Dog, Chard, and Tusks. But no, look, when I looked at his team, I realized once Jirachi kind of gets out of the way, and Haxorus maybe if we have rocks up and Haxorus is on the field, because I'm pretty sure. Let me do a quick calc, just to remind myself. But I'm pretty sure that Haxorus with the Poison Jab will not kill me if I'm any sort of like if I got any sort of respectable HP amount, and it doesn't. It does 75% max. So if I'm above 75%, I know I'm in the clear and I can just Moonblast into Oblivion. So I was there looking at it, I was like, you know something, I can really kind of stop here with Florges and have a bit of fun with it. So I decided to go Wish, Aromatherapy, Moonblast, and Calm Mind. Some of you guys probably wondering why didn't I just go Synthesis, but I really wanted Wish because I'm kind of relying on Charge to do a good bit of work for us here. So I wanted to have Wish so I can Wish past it to Charge just in case, because I expect Charge to be kind of the Pokemon that we're going to be coming in and out of the whole time to put pressure on his team. So that's the reason why I wanted Wish, and I wanted Aromatherapy because I know Road and Wash can carry the Will-O-Wisp, and I don't want that knocking around on my team. And I know Jirachi can carry Thunder Wave, and I didn't want that to be annoying me either. I didn't want to be having to suffer from power flinches, so I decided we'd bring the Aromatherapy too. After I just got Moonblast for sheer damage, and I got the Calm Mind to set up, and I think Jirachi goes down, Florges comes in at any time, and I can set up Calm Mind, and we're off and running. I think we kind of can do well enough then on our way to victory after that. So, you know, let's give it a go. I'm optimistic. If I don't see Haxorus on his team, and Jirachi goes down, I think first time, as soon as I can be Florges in safely, I'd Calm Mind and let's have fun. That's what I'm thinking anyways. Alright, after that I said we have Chard, and as I said, I heavily relied on Chard to put in a lot of work this week. I was really wanting to go defensively. Because it does put in a good shift defensively, especially against the Jirachi, the Tapu Koko, the Mega Pidgeot, all that kind of good stuff. But then I was like, it does a lot of work offensively as well, and for me it's very easy to predict a defensive Rotom Heat in this scenario. So I was like, let's bring an offensive Rotom Heat and let's see how it's going to handle that, because Rotom Heat gets the perfect coverage for this week. We get Overheat for the Jirachi, and the Crygona, and the Sceptile, which is fantastic. We get the Volt Switch, which gives us the Volt Turn momentum. That, you know, really is kind of precious to us, so I'm delighted about that. And it nails the Mega Pidgeot too, which is fantastic. We have the Hidden Power Ice to deal with the Gligar. You know, and it also hurts the Haxorus very nicely too, so I won't say no to that. Does a good job in both. And we have the Single Beam that absolutely nails the Hoopa Unbound. Absolutely wrecks it. Doesn't stand a chance living it. Beautiful. EV wise, we have 216 in speed, so that means we outspeed a Choice Scarf Hoopa Unbound. So I'm delighted with that. That's perfect. Max special attack and then we put the rest into bulk, making sure that we also have the odd number HP stat. So that is charred as a Rotom Heat. I think it puts in the finest, to be honest. I think the longer we keep I think the longer Rotom Heat comes in and out, and we can get in and out safely and just spam both switches and just force things out, I think the better it'll be. Because you have to predict the hidden power ice in this thing. So you're going to be scared. I don't see one thing on his team that feels comfortable coming in on a Rotom Heat attack, if you get me. He'd have to make a lot of predictions to see what I'm going to go for. So I'm happy enough to bring in Rotom Heat every day of the week and let him have a bit of fun. Right, after that, I decided to bring Crimson because and I'm bringing in a defensive Mega Scizor this week, and you know, I really wanted to go kind of more offensive, but then I was looking like defensively we do a good bit of work. Haxorus doesn't deal with us whatsoever when we're if we're a defensive Mega Scizor, so that's the reason why we're bringing that. Jirachi doesn't like dealing with us either. He can U-turn power flinches, but like he's not going to be able to do much to us, and then eventually I break through, I can U-turn out and I'll do tons to Mega Jirachi then, which is insane. We do a good number, even uninvested, we do a ton of damage with Bullet Punch to like the Mega Pidgeot, Mega Bayonet, to Tapu Koko, the Qui-Gon, all that kind of good stuff. So really happy that we're bringing the Mega Scizor. I'm bringing the 52 inch Spadef because it does give us like a little bit extra bulk when we have to come in like on a Hydro Pump from a Rotom Wash, or from a from a Hidden Power Fire from a Qui-Gon if it decides to bring that. It still doesn't actually OHKO us. It does like it's like EV to the point with 52 that if we come in on rocks and he lands Hidden Power Fire, if we're at max HP, it doesn't kill. So I was like happy enough with that. So I think like this thing's going to do the finest. The only thing we've got to watch out for obviously is the Fire Punch from the Hoop on Bound, the Heat Wave from the Mega Pidgeot, and the Fire Punch from the Jirachi. And other than that, we should be safe enough. Mega Scizor can kind of come in and out as he pleases, and put a bit of pressure on the other team. The U-turn momentum is going to be really big for us this game. I think the more we can do that, the better. I think, the better it will be for us. To just constantly put pressure on it. And as well, I think we've got to keep a hold of Charge for as long as possible, because Charge forces so much pressure on his team. We've got to keep it in as long as possible and force them to make switches, and when we kind of see the switch coming, just go for the volt switch or go for the big play and try and nail a kill. I think that's what we're going to have to do. But yeah, that's the kind of plan behind Mega Scizor. After that, we have Tornado or Tornadus. I'm loving this set now. This is actually kind of fun. We're bringing the Fire Z, which is kind of interesting. I was humming and hawing about this one. I didn't know what I wanted to do with this. I'm still not too sure about the Dark Pulse. Still not too sure. I'm still thinking about it. But just to break down the set, I'm bringing Icy Wind, Heat Wave, Psychic, and Dark Pulse. Icy Wind for the Gligar. It's lovely having Icy Wind. I'm loving it because it just means I don't have to go Hidden Power for it. I can use the Hidden Power for something else. We have the Heat Wave then for the Sceptile, for the Jirachi, for the Qui-Gon, all that kind of good stuff. We then have the Psychic then for what did we have the Psychic for? I'm trying to think now. I don't think we had Psychic for really anything. Yeah, I don't know. Why did we put Psychic down? Oh, because he's got Emboar. He's got Emboar. I totally forgot about Emboar. He also has Emboar. I totally forgot about Emboar. He actually has Emboar, so that's the reason why we have the Psychic there for the Emboar, and that's the reason why we have Doug there too, to do Emboar. Totally forgot about Emboar. Idiot, so I am. But he does have Emboar, right? Hold on. Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure he does have Emboar though. But yeah, I think that's the reason why we have a couple of other Pokemon here as well on tap, because the Emboar is a big threat, as we saw from Mega Mogwai when he was doing Pokemon Leagues. That Emboar is the problem. Yeah, he does have an Emboar. He does have an Emboar. How did I forget about Emboar? Oh well. I forgot about it all the same. Let me just type that down now so I won't forget later on when I'm doing stuff. Yeah, that's the reason why I have the Psychic there anyways. Kind of counteract the Emboar. And then we have Dark Pulse. And Dark Pulse is nice for the Mega Bayonet, which is nice. But I'm not too sure. See, we have Doug as a Dark type already. And for me, I would like U-turn. I really would like U-turn because it guarantees me Yoko on Hoop on Bound. You know something? I am going to go U-turn. I am going to go U-turn despite the negative damage. I'm going to go U-turn because if I put in, let me just kind of, let me put Tornadus over here on this side so you can see, because I know I have it cropped so that it's not as easy to see. But if I go Tornadus and let me just throw on U-turn here, and let me just go timid, and we have no attack investment whatsoever up against Hoopa Unbound. Like U-turn kills it. So I can't. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with the U-turn because it's another momentum user for me, and I think for us having offensive momentum in this game is going to be huge. We have the Fire EMZ to kind of make sure that if it's especially defensive Jirachi, we nail it. We absolutely nail it, and it won't be able to kind of live that as easily. So that's the reason why we're bringing the Fire EMZ, just to kind of get a bit more damage off. Without the Life Orb door, it doesn't mean we kind of get as many kills as we would like, but I'm happy to kind of take that. I'm happy to kind of take that sacrifice just for the fact that we would get what's called a huge hit off on the Jirachi with the Fire EMZ, because at the time it was going to be tough to break down if we didn't have it. And as well, it can be used to kind of go after the Trigonal a bit and go after one or two other Pokemon that might come in and think it can take a Z Heat Wave, but what's called end up doing over half, and they'll allow one of my other moves to be able to pick up the what's called the KO, which, you know, is always good. Last but not least, and as I was saying earlier, I was humming and hawing. I was going back and forth, didn't know what I wanted to do with this, but we're bringing Tusks to Donphan because I needed rocks. And as you can see, I have the default route set on Crimson, so I was going to have that as my hazard support this week anyways, but I really needed rocks, and I decided let's bring Donphan because it's another check for Emboar, it's another check for the Jirachi if it's not special, so I was happy enough with that. Because if he gets the freeze on me, he gets the freeze on me, that just happens, but I was happy enough with everything else. I mean, kind of come in on one or two things and kind of set up rocks and scare it out with, like we can come in on the Gligar and we can set up rocks, and with Ice Shard we can do a huge hit to it. Ice Shard on the Haxorus as well will be really beneficial. I think we do like over 50%, so if he was to set up +1 and went for like an outrage, we can come in with Donphan, and even if we're not at sturdy, we can just go Ice Shard and you're like, yeah, bye bye Haxorus. You came, you saw, you tried, yeah, you had fun. And then of course we have to knock off then after the Earthquake and Stealth Rock, just so when we actually do force a switch after a while, we watch how we won't be absolutely totally useless, we can knock off and finish it off. So that is the team, folks. You're probably wondering, like, we don't have that many answers for Mega Pidgeot, like we only have Chard, but Fabled 1v1s it very nicely, and Crimson does a lot of damage to it as well. So I'm kind of happy having those two, especially if we get rocks up. Mega Pidgeot isn't that much of a threat. We have got our two boys here knocking around, and that's what's it called. Yeah, that is the team. I'm happy enough with it. I think it's a scary team we're up against, but hopefully we can pull out the W and make it 2-0. So yeah, I am going to wrap it up here today, you guys. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please click the like button down below for me. If you guys got any comments on today's video, be it good, bad, or different, let me know in the comment section down below, including your thoughts on the team, what you would have done differently, all that kind of good stuff. And last but not least, if you want to see more SBN action coming your way on this channel, or more content in general, please smash the subscribe button down below for me. On that note, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.